For 140 years, Thrifty White Pharmacy has been dedicated to the well-being of the communities we serve. From 1884 to today, Thrifty White Pharmacy remains a trusted member of the healthcare team. From our early beginnings to our innovative practices of today, our commitment to our patients has guided us every step of the way. Join us as we celebrate the enduring bond between our pharmacies and the communities that make our legacy possible. Thank you for being part of our remarkable story.
Yeah, White Drug back in 1884 started up its first store. A couple, Mr. H.G. White and his wife, who was the first female pharmacist in North Dakota. North Dakota wasn't even a state at the time, it was Dakota Territory. So that's where it started. You can think about pharmacy back in 1884. You really think about today's pharmacy, a lot of the same thing where pharmacists spend time with their patients. As a history of White Drug progressed in those early years, it really led to exceptional service and practices and innovations that really laid the foundation for the next 140 years of practice and healthcare and commitment to the communities that Thrifty White and the patients they serve take care of today.
In 1957, Doug Stark came to my dad and Ed Olson and said that he thought that they should get together and buy a store in Brainerd. So they bought that store in Brainerd, and as the years went along, they acquired more and more stores.
Thrifty's got such a deep heritage. It's a wonderful organization, and White Drug grew into an organization in North Dakota and in Minnesota that was very well respected. Thrifty White merged in the 80s, and in 1990 I came over to the organization. I had spent 10 years with Osco Drug. One of the most important things was, as I came in, was Doug Stark, our president and one of the founders of the organization, had a deep desire to turn Thrifty into an ESOP. And that was one of the things that really intrigued me when Doug talked to me about coming aboard and doing this. He said, one of the first things I want to do is convert to an ESOP. If everyone could be an owner, the company's going to do better if we all work together and pull together to achieve.
I do remember we noticed that some of the stores were doing a lot of business with nursing homes in the town.
So we always were very, very innovative. We worked into long-term care. I remember when we sat in Detroit Lakes in the bottom of Holiday Inn as a group and decided, I bet we could do long-term care. We brought that together. We turned into one of the largest long-term care providers in the country.
It was the beginning of what has become a major part of our business, and being in those smaller communities and being a part of providing pharmacy service.
When we looked into Fargo, we realized that we had to have a central fill.
Central fill for long-term care and the central fill for our pharmacies to take some of the manual labor out of the pharmacy so that our employees can take care of the customer, can pay attention to the customer.
We always believed and knew that our pharmacist-patient relationship was the most important, and the pharmacist does far more than just counting pills.
Yeah, the MedSync program is an awesome program. We got to start that a few years back. It's collectively is a program that allows patients that are taking multiple medications collectively to bring them all together to be filled at the same time. Somebody might be on 8-10 medications and they maybe come into the pharmacy 8 different times to get their prescription filled.
A lot of plans try and have people fill on 90 days. They try and have it be mail order. They try and coordinate programs like that. But if you really stop and think about what's in the best interest of the patient, the best interest of the patient is to deal with a pharmacist every month.
The focus today on clinical services is key to the growth of this organization, the longevity of this organization.
That's what's awesome for the patient. It saves them some time, but it also gives us some time, extra time to spend with our patients when they do come in. We actually then are allowed to have sort of a time with them to talk about medications, about their regimen. Sometimes they need to come in, they have to have a screening done or immunizations done. All of those things can happen, and the MedSync program really allows that to happen. Being part of the community is what Thrifty White is all about. They're part of the patient. They actually become, because of that patient interaction, become a part of the patient's family in many cases.
I can't say how proud I am of what this company has become, and how proud I am that all of you are owners.
The one last thing I'd like to say is I'd like to say a sincere thank you to everyone in the organization, all of our owners.
As a 100% employee-owned company, we continue to uphold our heritage by delivering personalized care to every patient who enters our doors. Looking forward, Thrifty White Pharmacy remains dedicated to compassionate care and excellence. With plans to expand our reach and integrate clinical services further, we're positioned to carry our legacy forward for another 140 years and beyond. We deeply appreciate the trust you've bestowed upon us. To the families who've welcomed us into their lives, thank you for entrusting us with your well-being and for allowing us to be part of your stories. To our dedicated pharmacists, technicians, and support staff, past and present, your unwavering commitment is the cornerstone of this company. Your dedication embodies the essence of Thrifty White Pharmacy. And to the communities we serve, thank you for being our partners in health. From our hearts to yours, here's to the next 140 years.